This is my ultrasonic cleaner. It's just one from vidoe. It's not, super expensive. It is on the larger side. As you can see, it's got a pretty big tank on it. Because it's got a larger tank, you may need to put more solution in it, but there are some ways around that, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like. So we go over here to my bench. This is the old carburetor that he wants me to run through the cleaner, the ultrasonic cleaner. It's not terribly dirty, but it's been sitting a long time. There's a lot of deposits and things down in there. I always recommend that you try to, get all the crusty stuff off first, maybe with like a little nylon brush. You can use like a little toothbrush or a little nylon brush just to kind of loosen that stuff up. For carburetors, you have to be really careful, and I've learned this the hard way. You need to really research the solution that you're using for the carburetor, because this nice anodized finish that are on these aluminum carburetors is very sensitive to chemicals, and you can etch this and make it look not very good, make it look like crap. I made that mistake by letting a carburetor sit in my solution too long. What I ended up doing is said, I ran it through, it didn't look great. I said, I'll let it sit overnight. And I came out the next day and the finish was all etched on the carburetor. And I used, some pretty mild solutions, but a lot of these are water-based. So, what happens when you let water sit on aluminum for a long period of time? It's going to etch. So that was kind of my aha moment. And then through like a little bit of experience and, experimenting, I kind of found an option that works pretty well. I use, some Simple Green with a little bit of dish liquid. It's 1 part Simple Green, 2 parts water, and a little squirt of dish liquid in there. And that seems to work pretty well. However, you still don't want to let it sit in that solution forever. You want to take it out once you're done. You want to clean it, blow it out, take a little carb cleaner, clean it up, and usually it works out pretty well that way. So earlier I had mentioned how big the tank was on my ultrasonic cleaner, and you'll see here it's pretty big. You really wouldn't want to fill that all the way up with chemicals, because depending on what you're cleaning, you may need to use different chemicals. So Simple Green is great for carburetors, but Simple Green may not be great for everything that you're trying to clean. Some jobs are a lot tougher. You may want to use more of an industrial strength cleaner, and you wouldn't want to have to clean out that tank and fill it up with a different type of solution. So there is another option. You can use a bag, like a Ziploc bag. I've already kind of pre-mixed my solution that I'm going to use for this carburetor. I'm going to put it in the Ziploc bag with the carburetor as long as it's fully submerged. The ultrasonic waves will have no problem getting through the plastic bag and doing a good job cleaning this. Really, the heat is the secret sauce on this. You need to make sure that this thing is, you heat this up pretty darn hot, and that really helps loosen things up and, clean the deposits and debris off when you're running it through its cycle. So a lot of times I might have to run this a couple cycles to get it up to heat, and then I can actually put my parts in there and run it. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to fill up my bag with my solution. I've put my Simple Green and dish liquid solution in the plastic bag with the carburetor pieces. I'm going to go ahead, transfer it over to the ultrasonic cleaner. I've got it heated up to about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Not as hot as I would like, but I think once I run it through this cycle it should warm up a little bit more. I like to kind of get it up to around 60 or 70. So I'm just going to go ahead, place it in the water that's already heated. So again, just to kind of review why I'm doing it this way. Doing it this way so I don't have to fill this up with a different solution every time I want to clean something. Right? Because my carburation solution is going to be a little bit different than, a rusty gear or, a rusty piece of metal. So carburetors are a little bit more sensitive when it comes to the anodization coating on them. So you got to be a little bit more careful. So I'm going to go ahead, fire this up. It's in there, it's submerged, looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and set it for, turn on the heater. I'm going to set it for 30 and forget it, and we'll be back and see what it looks like. I've run this about 30 minutes. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Oh yeah, you can see that we got some nasty stuff in there. That was a nice green solution. You see how the cloudy in there? It's doing what it needs to do. I'm going to run it one more time and then I'm going to go ahead and take it out. So put it back in there. We'll go ahead and fire this thing back up. These things are annoyingly loud. The second cycle just finished up. I'll go ahead and take it out of the cleaner. Let's see what we got. Ooh, as you can see, it's heated up. It's steaming, so it took a few cycles to kind of get it to the temp where I wanted it, but look at that solution. That's nasty. So we're going to go over here to the bench. See what we got. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and pull these parts out. See what we're left with. It's a little steamy. Ooh. Alright, well, not too bad. That looks pretty nice. You can kind of see. It's not too bad. Finish still looks real nice. Gasket looks good. Looks like we got the majority of that stuff out. I'm going to go ahead and blow this out. But I'm happy with that. So I'll put it in another clean container here. My bench is a little dirty. Oh yeah. Look at that. It looks like brand new. Beautiful. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Worked out well. We still have some solution here. It's clean enough where I can use it again. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it in this container. So yeah, I'm going to try to get all that. Give them a little spritz of some WD. Nice little spritz. I'll blow that into all the nooks and crannies here in a minute. Got it in there. The finish still looks good. I'll go back and give it one more blow off. Go ahead. This is the finished product. A nice clean carburetor. The finish is still intact. Looks pretty good. So a little bit of cleaning up to do, not much, but really gets in there and gets all those passages pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to return this to my neighbor. So again, there's the finished product. If you found this at all helpful, please do me a favor and like and subscribe.